Good morning everyone. Today is day 1 of FanX and I am super excited. I know we have a lot of panels that we want to go to today and tomorrow too for that matter. FanX is only 2 days this year, or this time instead of 3. But I'm just eating some breakfast and getting ready. And Amber should be here in like 20ish minutes and then we'll head to the train station. But I'm very excited. Tom Felton is coming and there's Zachary Levi's gonna be here again. I've met both of those already, but I'm getting Tom Felton's autograph again because I never got his autograph on his wand when I first met him. You can see the original autograph that I got, and then over here there's the picture of me and him. After meeting him, I started getting all of the actors' autographs on their wands, and so I'm really happy that he's coming back. So I think that I might try and get his autograph today, but we will see if I end up doing it today or tomorrow when I get Warwick Davies' autograph on his wand. So yeah, it should be a good day. Okay, so we made it on the train for Comic-Con and I'm super excited. We got our stuff, we got lots of snacks, so we should be all set for spending pretty much all morning until 1 p.m. in the grad ballroom, which should be fun. Today's going to be really hard, I think, to get all of my steps in. So I have the goal to get 10,000 steps, but I feel like I'll be sitting for most of the day. But it will be good. Yeah. We're super early. I don't know what time the train leaves.
17 minutes.
Oh, it leaves in 17 minutes. So we're gonna sit here and relax and watch people board the train. There's like nobody here yet, which is kind of nice. But I'm pretty sure it will get packed within the next 17 minutes, or at least a little bit more busier. Amber and I made it into our first panel of the day. It's for Billie Piper. We tried to get in line for a zip queue. We ended up not needing to get in line at all because we could just reserve them all on our phones. So we did that and we were able to get in. I'm not entirely sure if these seats are necessarily better than like the seats that we normally have, just because it's like, it's hard to see the stage. But we have a really good view of the people asking questions and of the screen. So that's good. Yeah, so we've got zip queue seats reserved for every single one of the panels that we want to go see, which is really nice.
It's all acting, really. And also I really only ever wanted to be an actress. So for me, it was just, I just suddenly felt like I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. So it was a welcome change. Thank you.
Hi, I wanted to ask, how old were you when you got your first acting part and what did you play?
So I think my first professional acting job was when I was maybe 19, and it was in something called The Canterbury Tales, which is an adaptation, well, was an adaptation of Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, and that was for the BBC. Yeah, it was quite naughty, that show. I mean, the stories are quite naughty. It's Chaucer, it's very saucy. I don't know, like musicians, I guess. Like I just watched the Beyonce Homecoming thing yesterday on Netflix, which is mind-blowing, and I felt so like fanned out at the end of that. Like I was crying and felt hysterical and like I wanted to change the world having seen it, and I felt so inspired by her, and I just felt like I would be a mess if I met Beyonce. And there are other musicians as well. Usually, it's always musicians for me, like they're sort of, you know, next level. Thank you. Hang on. Five? It's not that bad. It's not that good, is it? 5.
That's pretty good. This show's been on since 1963.
6.
That's pretty great. It's pretty great.
And I feel like I'm imagining that I've met one of them, but anyway, let's say 6. Oh God, I don't know. I've definitely had one guy try and snog me. Yeah, like with tongues and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
What's your best band, Rack?
I know. Move on. No, it's a little bit dangerous. Okay. I don't know. Like it's all very generous and also, you know, it's so spirited and lovely. I never have a bad experience with Doctor Who fans. Not, you know, that guy was obviously out of his mind, but he kind of misjudged the situation. But he was an exception.
Now everybody wants to shout something out. Please shout it out now and get it over with.
And so how do you feel about that, John?
How about, what?
Whatever they asked, you are ready to go.
I was amazed. I thought it was going to be about 35 people. Look at all these. Now, I just want to know a couple of things. Stick your hand up if you know about a thing called Faulty Towers. And stick your hand up if you saw me in Ben-Hur. Oh, you liars. I think it was very, very late, you see. I was going to be a lawyer. I really was. And I went to Cambridge and I got a law degree. And I was signed up 6 weeks later to work with a firm of lawyers, Freshfields. They were lawyers to the Bank of England, so it was quite posh. And I was in a little university review, because there was a little club at Cambridge called the Footlights. And it was like the Hasty Pudding Club at Harvard. We used to do little shows during the year, and then at the end of the year, the end of the academic year, just after we'd taken our exams, we would do a show in the local professional theatre, the Cambridge Arts Theatre. And I was going to do it for 2 weeks and then be a lawyer. And after the first week, there was a nice fellow who came around after the show and said, could he have a chat with us? We didn't know who he was. He was called Michael White. And he said, I put shows on in the West End, and I want to put your show on the West End. And of course, we were kind of, what? This little student show, he said, I think it's really funny. I want to put it on the West End. We opened in the West End about 4 weeks later, and we got very good reviews in the London papers, and we ran for 5 months, and at the end of that, we were all in show business, and nobody was going into show business. We were going to be lawyers or advertising or teachers or something like that, so it was a complete fluke and absolutely out of the blue. But I must say it's a very nice way to earn a living, because you all know this. If you tell a joke at a party and people laugh, you feel good, don't you? So every time I get a laugh, I feel good. I've had a very nice career, and thank you for that. I'm a very big fan. I'm not interested. They're not interested. Ask a question.
My dad's your biggest fan, and he is a lawyer, by the way.
Your father's a lawyer, so don't hold it against him. And don't say anything that'll get us sued, please.
I'll tell you another joke about. You can just stand there because we can't. Here's another joke about lawyers. The U.S. Postal Service recently put out a set of commemorative stamps to commemorate famous American lawyers, but they had to withdraw them from circulation because people using them didn't know which side of the stamp to spit on. We're going to finish soon, so you better go on with your question.
Okay.
This is good. This will be the 20-minute question. Go.
So my question was, do you remember how to do your silly walk? And if so, when was the last time you did it?
Well, it's very insulting, but do you remember your silly walks like you wouldn't remember them?
What silly walk? What you talking about?
He's had to
You know, my
replaced.
memory is not what it was, as far as I can remember.
What was the second part?
When
you
was the
remember
last
the
time he did it?
When was the last time you did a silly walk on
About
purpose?
1824.
Was that on purpose or by
No,
accident?
I actually did the silly walk just before I had my right hip replaced, because the I can do a geriatric version of the silly walk here.
You're gonna get us sued. You're gonna get us sued. Does your dad do personal injury? No. Yeah, don't go too far. You want mine? That should be warm. Billie Piper sat there. Yeah. Billie Piper. It was Billie Piper's chair. Every time. Oh, this is cold and heartless. There's no temperature at all on this. I do. I wonder if I'm concerned.
Made it back into the ground floor. We keep like walking out and then coming back in because we have to leave. But we're at Warwick doing this panel, and it's our last panel of the day. And then we'll just walk around and get food and get autographs and stuff. So it should be good. Don Cleese's panel was hilarious. Billie Piper's panel was like super sweet. She was adorable. At the end of each question, she would say like thank you. So it should be good too. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is a lovely event, by the way. I'd just like to say, I've only been here for a few hours doing some signing, and it's just so lovely, and everyone's so friendly, and yeah, what a terrific place this is. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
We're so thrilled to have you here at FanX. We're so thrilled.
It's good to be here. Now, I mean, I usually like to kind of go straight to questions because I don't know what you guys want me to talk about today. So I want you to kind of steer the shape of the show and ask me a question, and that may lead me into another story or whatever. So do we have our first question down here already? Fabulous. Would it be, and then how would I use it, basically? You know, it's actually a power that Professor Flitwick could impart, because it's the ability to levitate, and I would like the ability to levitate myself, I think, because it would be useful to reach cash machines and stuff like that. It would come in very useful for me in life. So I think the ability to levitate would be most useful. Although also, I mean, having an invisibility cloak would also be very good as well, I think, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think you could get up to mischief with something like that, though. I don't want to go into what I would use it for right here and now. But
It's a family panel.
I'll let you use your imaginations, yeah. Thanks for that question, good one. It was while we were making the very first film, is it called the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone here?
Here, it's the Sorcerer's
The Sorcerer's Stone. So we were making the first one, and I was the Goblin Bank Teller sitting up at the big desk there, and Harry and Hagrid come to the table, and the director, Chris Columbus, said, we need Daniel to kind of look a bit scared here. So he said, when I say action, I wonder if you could make us sort of scare him. And I said, oh yeah, that'll be fine, yeah, I'll do that. So the camera's on Daniel, and I'm off camera, and Chris said action, and I sort of went like that. Yeah, and he did exactly what you just did. I must be a really bad actor, because that's the scariest I get nowadays. So that happened. It didn't work, but yeah. But Daniel's a terrific actor, I will say. I mean, look at him. He grew up on screen in front of all of us, and is now doing brilliant work outside of Harry Potter as well. So yeah, hats off to Daniel. Although that wasn't his finest moment right there, as he laughed. Thanks for your question. Great stuff. Kind of set aside the fact that Willow kind of did do that. But that one side, he doesn't count really in this, does he? Because I think he probably is the best actor, because he kind of did it. So we've got Flitwick and the Leprechaun left over, yeah?
Yes.
Which of those two? So what would the approach be? I mean, Flitwick obviously has got a wand again. He could do some stuff there. Just, you know.
But she does know how to do fireballs and lightning, though.
What's that?
According to the book,
She's got fireballs and lightning. I know she has. I know. I've been in the same room as her. Battled her already. I know what she's got. I mean, the Leprechaun, sometimes he has like kinetic powers. He can like move people around, can't he? Sometimes. Otherwise he just gets physically stuck in, kind of thing. So we kind of wrestle with bad order. You can have the Leprechaun wrestle. Otherwise we've got the kind of Flitwick would just, you know, he could levitate her and then just send her off out, you know, into the, you know, netherworld or whatever. I don't know. I think Willow's the best guy, to be honest, Jason. Don't you? Thank you, sir. Thank you for your question. Gosh, so I'm Warwick Davis. Okay, so I'm walking. This is me coming out now, and then over there is me as one of my characters. Which one would I kind of want to go over and hug, and which one would I run away from? Essentially that. Okay, so let's think about them. Who have we had? I mean, the Leprechaun, I wouldn't like to mess about with him. Although I think if you don't mess about with his gold, I think he's quite a nice person to hang out with. You know, you can have a beer with the Leprechaun and have a great evening, but if you start messing with his coins, then that's it. So, if I was to kind of see him, I'd be fine with him if he didn't have his gold with him. Who else? I mean, Professor Flitwick's a nice guy to hang around with. Who else have we got? Suggest some characters to me that I might encounter, and I'll tell you how I feel.
I don't know the banker.
The goblin bank teller. Yeah, he's all right. I think he's all right. You know, as long as you've got money in your account, he's okay. Griphook's all right as well, but you don't trust anything he says. Okay? I never trust a goblin. You should know that, everyone. Thank you. Who else have we got? Who else do we have? Wicket. See, he's all right. Give him a cuddle. Feed him some chocolate cake. He loves it. Okay? That's what I can do with him. Dealt with him. Have I answered your question? Have I answered your question? You're happy? Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for what a phenomenal kind of series of films that was. I remember how I got to become part of that cast was because I'd heard about this book, the first book, and how successful it was. And I said to my agent, you know, if they ever make a film of this, I think there's a pie in it for me. You know, they talk about goblins and stuff, and there's this little professor in there, and then when the kind of the idea of the film came up, I was fortunate to be asked in to go and audition. And the night before, I kind of quickly found the paragraph that described Professor Flitwick and his classroom, and I'd got the scene had been given to me, a couple of pages of script, and I learned those, and I went in and met with Chris Columbus, met with David Heyman, the producer, the casting directors were there, and I played the scene as I saw it. Now, Professor Flitwick, you know, he's described as a gnome-like wizard. And also, he's over 100 years old, I think, isn't he? So I thought, well, if somebody's that old, you know, his knees have gone a bit. You know, mine have, and I'm 49. But so he kind of walks a little bit like this, you see. So I kind of did that, and then I thought, well, he's teaching, and he's very enthusiastic about what he teaches. So I thought he would maybe wave his arms around and gesticulate a lot like this, you see, and often have to do charts. So he's very used to moving his arms around. And then I thought about the voice. I thought, well, how will he sound? He's gnome-like wizard. So maybe his voice is pitched up quite hi, you see, like this. And then he speaks very, very quickly, you see, because he wants to get the information across to the class, you see. And then we ask, does everyone have their wands with them today? If you don't have your wand, use your imagination, right, okay? So have your wand in your left or right hand, and we practice the swish and the flick. Come along, everyone. Yes, you, Hermione down here. Yes, the swish and the flick, and then we do the Wingardium Leviosa. And remember to enunciate Leviosa, okay? We'll put the two together. Wingardium Leviosa. And again, Wingardium Leviosa. Splendid. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Out of the panels, Warwick gave us this panel, it was really good as well. And then we walked down a bit, found Celebrity Row where we'll get all of our autographs, and then we came outside to get lunch. I'm eating Milky Way. I'm waiting for my sandwich, and Amber got some barbecue. I'm excited to eat food. This is like the one real meal that we'll probably eat today. Which is good. It will be delicious. Now that we have eaten and gone to the bathroom, I think we're going to go and walk around and look at stuff and try and get autographs. All the celebrities, I don't know if I said this already, all the celebrities were at lunch, so we decided to go and get lunch too. Yeah. It's your game, Emily. There are two puppies right there. How cute. The Great Dane's dressed up like Thor. I don't know what the poodle's dressed up as. Do you?
He's got a green cape on.
Green cape?
We call him
Hulk. Yeah. But people keep gathering around them. It's cute. We're currently in line for John Cleese to get his autograph. There are so many cute bath bombs. I really like the chocolate toppings. I keep thinking there's going to be a break from people walking across, but there's not. Amber and I are sitting, resting, eating a snack. We got our autographs. Amber got Billie Piper's autograph, and I got John Cleese's and Tom Felton's autograph on, on my wand. So I'm excited about that. We saw some cute dogs when we were waiting in line. I always feel bad for dogs though, when they're like here. There's Amber's. She signed right there, I can see. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, anyways, I feel bad for the dogs walking around because it just seems so overwhelming for a dog, and they all seem super exhausted. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for the rest of the day. We found some stuff that we want. We want to get bath bombs, and then there was this dress that I like and kind of really want, but it's super expensive, so I don't think I'm gonna spend all that money on it, even though I would love it, but I don't know how often I'd actually wear it. So it's hard to like reason getting it. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Since we're still just sitting here, I figured I would show you the autographs that I got. This is John Cleese's, he signed it. And this is Tom Felton's, if you can see. He signed the handle of the wand. Okay, Amber and I are done with FanX Day 1, and it was a really, really good day. Amber's over there watching her shows. Like usual, we don't sit next to each other on the train coming home, just because we don't really talk, and we just watch TV shows on our phones. But I spent a lot of money. Not only did I get 2 autographs, I also got a dress that I'm going to wear tomorrow, so you'll see it soon. But it's pretty perfect. It's like a 1950s style Harry Potter dress, and it has pockets, and I'm really excited about it. I'm pretty in love with it. So yeah, it's kind of my birthday present / graduation present to myself. That's how I justified buying it. Plus they gave me a discount, which is really awesome, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it's been a good day. We walked around a bit, we saw some panels, and got autographs, and tomorrow we'll probably do the same thing. Although hopefully we won't spend quite as much money. We also got a ton of bath bombs. Amber and I both got one, and then we got some for Emily and her friend, because her friend's birthday is coming up. So Emily can pick which one she wants and which one she wants to go to her friend. So today is day 2 of Comic Con. I'm wearing the dress. You can kind of see it. I have my jacket on. But I am in love with it and I'm very happy with my purchase. Amber and I just ran to her house really fast because she wanted to check to make sure she unplugged her straightener, and then we'll be off to the front runner and head up. So I'm really excited. Today we have Zachary Levi's panel, Tom Felton's panel, and then I'm giving Warwick Davies' autograph. So it should be a good day. We made it into Zachary Levi's panel and I'm super excited because he always has good panels. But we got Warwick Davies' autograph and he is so nice. He not only signed the one, but then told out that he's going to get the full signature, so he signed another picture too, which was really awesome. So yeah, this panel should be good.
Good afternoon. Or morning for me. What? Somebody's chanting something. What? Was the microphone working? Just shout it.
All right, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
So, big fan, literally.
Thank you.
Question. In real life, would you rather Flash or Shazam?
Everybody's like, ooh, what are you gonna say about yourself? Diss. I would. Oh, the ooh is really like, oh, I'm about to lose fans right now. No, I mean, I'd have to Shazam. I honestly, like, first of all, I had very little control over the Flash of it all, you know? That was kind of a haphazard thing that would happen to me that would give me incredible abilities, no joke, obviously, and that was a lot of fun to do, but even the intersect wasn't as powerful as 2 gods, 2 demigods, a titan, and a man of God, you know what I mean? Like, that acronym was kind of like one of the tightest things ever, so I would gladly take that transformative power to say a word and be me. That would be awesome. Great question, thank you, sir. Surprisingly fewer of you than I thought. That is a Chuck reference. I used to have an answer to this. And then I stopped eating bread. It's the worst, guys. Don't do it. It's a lie. No, it's actually really good for you. Shocker. Not putting a bunch of processed things in your body is really healthy. So if I don't know. I mean, there's so many great sandwiches, aren't there? Aren't there? I don't even remember what the Chuck sandwich. What? No, I mean, honestly, in homage to our once great, powerful partner Subway, I would say that I'll do the cold cut trio with literally, it's my favorite Subway sandwich. I'm not even kidding. Or like a good turkey breast, but you get the turkey breast with the. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, all of that foot long on, I don't know, just some scrumptious bread with like mayo, mustard, everything. I just put everything on there. That is my sandwich on a deserted island. Thank you very much. Gotta pop, guys! Yes, I did. No, but it's very cool. It's very, very cool to finally have a pop, and I'm very grateful that Funko saw fit to do that. Still waiting on that Flynn pop, though, Funko. And Chuck pop, and Fanville pop, fine, all of those, but there is a Rapunzel pop. And there's a Maximus pop. Rapunzel's pop. But no Flynn? Really? Saved her? She saved me too. I know she saved me too. But after I saved her. No pop. Anyway, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Nice. And with cameras rolling, she says her line of like, you know, Chuck, I don't, Chuck, whatever, you know, I don't know how I feel about this. And, but you know when you're like sleeping, but you know you're sleeping kind of? There was this moment where, like, I know from their take what it must have looked like was that she says her line, and then I go, yeah, and I, you know, totally, and because I knew, like, deep down in my psyche, I was like, oh, I've fallen asleep in the middle of the scene, I need to wake up right now and say my line, and I did, and I said it, and I did it just in time for all of the people were like, oh, he made an acting choice. Yvonne goes, Why? I mean, should you just fall asleep in this take? Yeah, I totally was. And then we all had a good laugh. So, again, not maybe the most embarrassing, but kind of embarrassing. Memorable. Excellent question. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes! Disney superhero. Excellent question. Let's start a war in here. And what's your question?
Hi.
Hi.
You're known for being very positive and optimistic.
What are you talking about?
Does that come naturally, or have you created habits for yourself to keep that up?
I mean, I think a little bit of both. I mean, you know, like I was alluding to before, and like I've talked about in many of the interviews that I've been able to do on the Shazam Yes tour, right prior to getting the job, I went through some super, super dark times, and I went to super intensive therapy that basically saved my life. And that, and the tools that I learned there, and all the love and prayers from my family and friends. And by the way, so many of you guys, I've seen your love and your prayers on Twitter and Instagram, and it means the world to me. I know that we might not know each other, but knowing the people who don't actually even know me, that are lifting me up and praying for me, it means everything. And it's part of what helped me get back to a place of light in my life. Prior to that, I was always a spazzy, outgoing, if you know anything about the Enneagram or subscribe to it, a 7, like pure 7 on the Enneagram, like, because all I want to do is feel joy and bring joy, and feel joy and bring joy. And part of that also, feel love and bring love. I feel like if I have any mission on this earth, it's to do more of that. And entertainment I fell into because I learned early on, I could make people feel joy by making them laugh. I could do it intentionally. That made them feel good. That made me feel good. I didn't ever want to stop doing that. So all that plus, you know, all the ways, and honestly, even unhealthy things, even things that were the ways that the things that happen to us in our lives that might not be ideal, but I still believe can be redeemed by God to be a good and positive thing and force in your life, and it's given me empathy for a lot of the stuff that I've gone through. So all of that was already kind of in me, but I'm so grateful that now on the other side of actually getting healing for my own heart, the more you can know and love yourself, the better you can go know and love other people. And I am so grateful. So that's all part of that. You got to work on it. It's a daily thing. I spend time in prayer morning and night. You can meditate, go to the gym, take care of yourself. Guys, love yourself. You're so worthy of it. You're so worthy of all the love that you feel in your life. If you feel like you're not feeling loved, you're loved. Go ask people around you. Go ask your friends and family. You're loved, you're loved, you're loved, and go love yourself. It's so important. Anyway.
Doing murder, etc. So were you like a jerk as a little kid? How did you figure out how to do this?
In a word, yes. No, I wasn't. I had 3 older brothers that used to give me a hard time. So it was quite easy to channel my frustration through Draco. No, honestly, I am good at being a bit of a sod, I think, a bit of a git. It comes kind of natural to me. I have the exact opposite life of Draco. I have 2 loving parents, 3 loving brothers, a lot of good friends, and I've got a good heart, really. So I had the exact opposite of our young Draco's problems. By the way, sorry, just quickly, this is a side note. I just noticed today, I don't want to show you the one behind me. Look, I have a hole in my trousers right on my left butt cheek. And then someone just said, look, I got a hole in my shirt as well. Bloody homeless, what's wrong with me? Look, it fits in there, my whole life.
We do have a cosplay repair booth if you would like to get your cosplay taken care of.
I'm going to fix it up someplace.
So, this is going to get a little personal.
Go for it. I've just shown you my ass.
Yeah. Thank you. So, do you want to talk about Hermione and
Hermione? Let's hear it. Who likes Hermione? How about Drarry? What about Drapple? Everyone's like, Drapple, I don't know, Draco and an apple, something. I don't really get the whole shipping thing, but you should know that although Draco and Hermione never got on very well. Emma and I are very good friends. I'm still trying to teach her how to skateboard. She's still a Gryffindor at heart, and I'm still a bit of a Slytherin. But, yes.
I'm curious, what is it about Draco?
Believe me, it scared the bejesus out of me. He is a crap hugger, everybody. Do not hug Voldemort. So I think, you know, it played out. We had 100 different scenarios, and that's the one that they picked. But I think ultimately it was, you know, the right choice. It was a great ending. Thanks for your question. Even though you're a Gryffindor, he's rather flamboyant. It was great. I only saw it actually last year with the writer of Origin, the TV show that I did on YouTube. So we went to go see it together. It was great. I would love. It was very weird seeing someone called Draco on the stage and me sitting there going, "Hang on a sec." But I doubt they'll ever make it into a movie, to be honest with you. But I have strong hopes that maybe in a decade or two or so they will be continuing the show, and I'll get a chance to play older Draco when I'm an old man. Times they dyed my hair brown. They gave me the scar, they gave me the glasses, and everything. And then I went for 3 auditions as Ron. True story, I dyed my hair ginger. It's not funny, kids at school, it's not funny, it's funny. And finally Hermione, which I never was right for. No, I didn't do that. But I did do Harry, Ron, Hagrid, no. Harry, Ron, and then finally they dyed my hair blonde, and Draco was the final one. What would I do differently? Nothing. There's no man alive that could do the job better than Mr. Radcliffe, so... Yes. So thanks for your question, lovely.
Oh, I'm still an artist. Oh, cool. We and I finished with the panels. Tom Felton's panel was really good too, because he sang to us at the end. Anyways, we got some food. And I'm going to try it. I already tried a piece of the tofu that I got, and it's very crunchy, but it's pretty good. We've just been doing a lot of walking around, and then Amber and I got our traditional ice cream for dinner, so we're going to enjoy that, and then we're going to go to a riding panel for Brandon Sanderson and Brandon Moore. Yeah. And that should be good. It's like 7 p.m. now and everything is closing, but last minute Amber got this bag of shirts. Mystery. So it's like a mystery bag. Anyways, so she's gonna open it up and we'll see what she gets.
First
A green one, a yellow one, and a black one.
Interesting.
Well, that's cute. Black, white.
It's the inheritance square. What is it called? Punnett square?
Oh yeah, that's cute though. That is cute. That's a cute one. And you don't already have it.
Nope.
What about that one? Aw, can't we all just be friends? That's cute too. Get you in some brighter colors, Amber, than black. Oh. Nom nom nom. Out of all of them, that's probably the one that you're gonna wear the most.
Probably.
To be honest. It's cute. I like it. So Comic-Con is now over for the spring. They have guaranteed that they'll do it again in the fall. Which is pretty awesome, so we have that to look forward to. But yeah, it was really good. It was very chill. We spent a lot of time in the grand ballroom today and yesterday, just going to different panels. Amber asked me the question what my favorite panel was this time, and I don't think I could pick one, because pretty much all of the ones that we went to that we were like planning on going to were really good. We did end up going to a few more just to like sit down and take a break, because we were feeling tired, but those were good too. But yeah, definitely like all of the ones that we went to were fantastic. But now we're heading home. I don't know if I showed you my autographs from Warwick days, but this, if I haven't, this is the one that he signed for me, because he felt bad that the wands we didn't get to do his full signature because of the way. He wanted to sign on the wand box, but I really wanted him to sign the actual wand, and so he was nice and obliged. It does make me wonder if he was going to sign the wand and the wand box, but he gave me a photo instead, which is nice. But here's his signature on the wand. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know how well you can hear me because I'm on the train and it's kind of loud. So hopefully you can hear me alright. But yeah, it was super nice. Everybody that we met was super awesome. We got to meet Tom Felton again, John Cleese, Warwick and Billie Piper. I think we're all the ones that we met. We also met Warwick Davies' daughter, Annabelle. She was on some of Star Wars, I think. I felt bad because we didn't really know who she was, but we were like just standing talking to her for a while we were waiting for the autograph with Warwick, which was nice. She was really awesome. Yeah, now we're gonna head home and probably go to bed because it's pretty late now. So thank you for watching our FanX experience, or my FanX experience, since I didn't really want to be on the video too much. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!